This 10% baseline tariff, dozens of other countries will face a so-called reciprocal tariffs, the White House calls them. What that means is imports from China will face a 34% tariff in addition to the 20% tariff that Trump has already put into place during this second term in office. So that means 54% on goods from China. You're going to see the EU facing 20% tariff, Vietnam 46%, India 26%. Donald Trump has wanted to do this for years, even before his first term in office, and many around him say that he wishes in his first term that he had gone farther with tariffs, feeling that this is a way to help bring jobs and manufacturing back to the United States. He says that would be a good economic decision, and as many of his advisors hope that that will also be a good political decision. He points to commitments by companies like Apple, Hyundai, NVIDIA to build here in the United States, commitments made in the last 2 months as evidence that his policies are already working. Listen to a little bit of what Donald Trump said at the White House. Listen.
I think you're going to remember today, it's going to be a free nation that we're dealing with. We're going to have a very free and beautiful nation. It's going to be Liberation Day in America, and it's going to be a day that hopefully you're going to look back in years to come and you're going to say, you know, he was right. This has turned out to be one of the most important days in the history of our country.
So Donald Trump calling today Liberation Day, critics of the president calling it Recession Day, because economists say that it's, first off, just to be clear, these are taxes that are paid by American importers, and economists say the end result is likely to be higher prices for U.S. consumers. This, as so many families here in the United States are still trying to bounce back from high cost of living from several years of high inflation and things like high interest rates. The White House acknowledges there will be an adjustment period, but they say in the long run, this will pay off. They say ultimately this will allow them to lower taxes and even pay down some of the national debt. Now, President Trump says he is open to negotiations with other countries about this to come up with a number of bilateral trade deals, but he says that if countries respond with their own tariffs, raising tariffs on U.S. goods coming to their countries, that he is likely to respond in kind to continue to raise those. If they do not do that, he says he's open to discussions.